got a loaded report for you today on Wednesday, December 10th, as things were rolling at Hallis Hall in regards to signing a veteran linebacker. Ben Johnson had an opportunity to speak how important this game is, and a good injury report. I'm going to break it all down for you guys, but Ben Johnson said entering this game, we desperately need this win. And if you guys agree that this is a must-win game this upcoming Sunday against the Browns, hit the like button on this video. And along with that, too, help welcome new linebacker Ty Summers to the Chicago Bears by commenting welcome in the comment section below or just a bear down. And if you like, comment, and subscribe, you enter to win an autographed Colston Love, a mini helmet, when will be announced on Monday. Guys, let's get into this very loaded report today. And we're going to start off with the Bears' newest linebacker that was signed to the practice squad on Wednesday, December 10th, in Ty Summers, the former Lions, Packers, Giants, and Saints linebacker is on the practice squad. But with the amount of experience this guy has, don't be shocked if he comes up to the active roster in the near future, which the Bears might actually still make one more move because they do have one more practice squad spot available. But got tweeted out by our good friend Zach Pearson. Bears have signed linebacker Ty Summers to the practice squad. The former 7th round pick of Green Bay in 2019 out of TCU spent time with a few different teams, was with Detroit in 2024 for 15 days, has been on the practice squad and active roster with Detroit this year too. So another Saint Lion connection, and most recently with the Lions. He has worked with Ben Johnson, but he has done a ton of work with Dennis Allen as well. And you know who he knows very well? That's the direction of north in my studio right here. He knows those guys up in Green Bay. So a good person to have on the roster, but let's go into it. Ty Summers, veteran linebacker and special teamer, joins the Chicago Bears, signed to a practice squad deal. Going a little bit more into him, the 6'1", 241-pound linebacker. So this guy's built like a tank. He's 29 years old, attended TCU. Shout out to my good friend Ryan Spector. We all know you love TCU. And on top of it, he's the 226th pick overall in the 2019 draft by the Green Bay Packers. A big, fast linebacker out of TCU who can bring a good punch on special teams and on defense when called upon. So going into his college stats during his time at TCU, 319 total tackles, 168 solo with 2 interceptions, 9 pass deflections with 24 tackles for loss and 11 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. A strong tackler that comes on to special teams and also can be a depth piece for this roster. He has had some in-season experience that is very reliable, to say the least. And back in 2020, his best year with the Green Bay Packers, he had 39 total tackles on special teams, 27 of them being solo. But he did have a pass deflection when he did play a little bit of defense as well. So good to see that the Bears bring in a big special teamer. This unit has struggled throughout this season. It definitely has improved since the really early season struggles. But they could always use more help in losing Carl Jones Jr., who again went to Baltimore a few days ago, wishing him the best of luck. Good pickup for the Chicago Bears here. And I got to say this, is that he spent 2 seasons, technically a season and a half, but really 2 seasons with Dennis Allen's defense back a few years ago while he was still the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. So he knows this scheme. He knows how it works. If something happens, boom, instant plug and play type of guy. And again, he also has a connection with newly signed linebacker Jalen Reeves-Maybin, who also a good special teamer. So the Bears have connected 2 Lions who were solid on special teams for them. Again, Reeves-Maybin, 6'1", 226 pounds, attended Tennessee, 30 years old, and 124th overall pick in 2017 by Detroit. He also did have a season around the same time where he did play a lot of linebacker, 82 total tackles, 53 solo with 2 pass deflections, 4 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. So the Detroit connections to Ben Johnson come to Chicago. Along with that, too, also with Summers having that connection to Dennis Allen's defense. Very big here in Chicago to have that. Happy to see that these 2 are on the active roster, and the Bears will continue to move forward. They still have one more practice squad spot left We'll be reporting on that the second the news breaks, so make sure you stay tuned in here at Just Another Year. And if you guys hit that subscribe button, not only are you helping me hit my next goal of 41,800 subscribers, you're also helping me get onto full-time YouTube, and you enter to win that autographed Colston Level mini helmet by commenting, and subscribing. If you hit all notifications, you get an extra entry. Let's get into Ben Johnson's news. So Ben Johnson had some latest updates on Kyler Gordon, along with the importance of this game and also talking about the injury report. Let's talk about Kyler Gordon first. This has been a topic of conversation over the last couple of days because of the fact that Kyler Gordon literally just signed a 3-year, $40 million extension that kicks in next year. Kyler Gordon, unfortunately, has only played in 3 games so far this year, 117 snaps with only 7 tackles, 5 solo, and 1 fumble recovery. Obviously not ideal. He's still playing on his rookie contract, so technically we're not paying him yet. But like I'd said in earlier show today, Brad Biggs said it's likely he won't be out there. Kyler Gordon, even though he did spend a ton of time on his body this offseason, pushing it, not to the point of being worn down, but getting stronger so this wouldn't happen. The complete opposite happened. And Ben Johnson talked about it during his presser today. Unfortunately, I haven't heard over the last couple of days the extent of the injury, but coming out of that one, it didn't look very good. I would just put him on IR for the rest of the season. Let him heal up. Clearly, his body is all out of whack right now. He needs to let it heal. He needs to work with the strength and conditioning coaches. He needs to work with the overall trainers, health, dietitians, figuring this thing out, because this is bad, especially entering this $40 million contract that, by the way, has $31.25 million guaranteed. Guy's getting a heck of a lot of money to not be playing football. But I am still a big Kyler Gordon fan. I am not denying that. I would like to see him get better, and I don't want the Bears to have him push himself or the Bears push him. Fair? Fair. I think so. So anyway, let's get a little bit more into this Bears injury report as a whole. Kyler Gordon on it with a groin injury, along with Travis Homer dealing with an ankle injury. That's another guy that always seems to be hurt. But Odunze and Tyrique Stevenson and Zacchaeus all limited, so it's good to see Rome and Stevenson limited and in the right direction for this upcoming Sunday's game versus the Browns. Zacchaeus, unfortunately, dealing with a hamstring injury. He was limited, though, instead of being out, which is good. But Hippolyte and, on top of it, Jalen Johnson, both full good to goes on this one. So good to see them full practice. That's what I'm exactly talking about. Now, Ben Johnson also sent a pretty distinct message to the Chicago Bears team about this game and what this game means. And like I said in the beginning, Ben Johnson said, we desperately need this win. Could not agree more, because the NFC is so darn tough. The Bears are 9-4 and are barely in the playoffs. Yes, 9-4. So we're crushing the AFC when we play them. Everyone's beating the bad teams. Everyone that's supposed to be good is playing good, and it's going to come down to this wire. I mean, Detroit is not even in the playoffs at the moment, and they're 8-5. Absolutely insane. Packers currently lead the NFC North, and if the Bears do want to get back into the North, Kevin Byard said it the best during his press conference, we're going to get at least 2 wins to get into the playoffs, 3 or 4 to win the division. Yep, that's exactly how it is. No ifs, ands, or buts. You can't take this easy as this Bears team. You just got to do what you got to do. You got to win your games. You got to play tough. You got to stay focused. And that is exactly what the Bears and Ben Johnson are going to do. That's why he's sending such an urgent message to the Chicago Bears team. And listen, talking about Sanders, I know I said Saunders earlier, and I apologize about that. I don't know why I said that. Brain fart earlier. But anyway, talking about the rookie quarterback over in Cleveland, Ben Johnson knows he's dangerous. Along with that, too, Kevin Byard knows that he's dangerous. And Ben Johnson said himself, he's a dangerous player. We have a guy like him on the roster right now in Caleb Williams. So obviously we know how to play it. This defense knows how to go against a quarterback like that. But that being said, Kevin Byard said, just because he is a rookie does not mean we can take him lightly. He is very talented. I think he is really good at throwing the ball on time. Well, again, like I said before in a theme of this show, you cannot take it easy in this league, especially at this point, and especially when the NFC is this tough this year. If the Bears are going to win this game, they're going to have to be pedal to the metal, locked in, and they're about to play in the most, arguably, almost the coldest game at Soldier Field in team history. So if you guys are going to that game, better layer up. That's all I got to say. Let's go into Sanders real quick and just what he did and what makes him so talented and dangerous. What he did against the Titans this past week, 364 passing yards, a 54.8 completion percentage, 29 rushing yards with a rushing touchdown, 3 passing touchdowns and 1 interception. And I'm going to say it one more time. You guys are probably sick of it. Can't take this easy. I don't care if he's a rookie. He's the son of a Hall of Famer. He is a good football player. He was in college. Seems like he can do it in the NFL. I know he did it against the Titans. But it's the NFL, baby. That's all I got to say. Guys, with that, thank you as always for tuning into this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. If you haven't already, please could like, comment, and subscribe. But with that, thank you as always for tuning this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, I want to hear it loud and proud. Bear down, baby.